Okay, I promise this. I promise the video title is not clickbait. I am actually looking for some engineers, Discord mods, all sorts of stuff. I'm finally asking for help, looking for a little bit of support because I realize that if something happens in my life that makes me busier than normal, it affects how fast we get the sim out. I'd like to be able to spend more time on my other projects, etc. Maybe actually play the One Piece card game at some point. So we'll get into it. There's a lot to cover in this video, so we're just gonna get straight into it. Just to recap the last 5 weeks of my life, we had 1 week of no internet, followed by 2 weeks of sitting at my new home that I got. Big success. Just waiting on contractors to show up, sitting there in an empty house for 6 hours. That's the time frame they give us and stuff. Followed by 2 weeks of moving in, constantly after the kids asleep, going and doing. We decided to not get movers, which is a horrible decision. You should always get movers, even if you're only moving, 10 minutes away. Lots of small trips with 5 boxes at a time, over and over and over, into the wee hours, getting hit by the 11 p.m. sprinklers a lot. And then during that time, you may notice I'm kind of just sitting in a closet here. The office that I had just moved all of the computers into flooded. Picture probably in the middle of the screen. and it was a lovely time. So it's been busy, and I am just now getting caught up. Basically the entire month of September I was either off the computer or on it very little. I did try Baldur's Gate 3, played that for about 80 minutes before I realized I did not have time to play an 80-minute tutorial game. Refunded that, and now we are hopefully getting back into the swing of things. I know there's a couple pretty obvious bugs in the 1.19b that I'd like to get fixed, such as Sabo Leader not really being usable if you have to counter up to 5k. Other things, Air Door I know is a big issue, and I have not looked at the other 300 bug reports, so we'll get into that soon. But yeah, maybe after that quick update, let's talk about what kind of support I need. I'm going to need people who are familiar with modding Discord, who want to help answer basic questions. There's always somebody asking, how do I download, open the zip, and run the executable? People who can just be there and use the bot commands or something, just give them the answer, because they're not able to Google for themselves. Everybody, it's nice when people can answer the questions for themselves, but we also want to get people in instead of scaring them away. I know I've seen some people who have come and asked a question, gotten very curt responses, and then when I go to message them, I can't, because they're no longer even in the Discord. And we've permanently turned someone away from the One Piece card game. So I'd like to avoid that. If you've got sort of a customer service oriented mindset, or you can just not get upset at seeing the same question 30 times in a row, that's the kind of Discord mod I need for my personal Discord, which I think is where I'd like to start moving a lot of the sim support. Maybe we can even do one of those broadcast channels for sim updates, so that way any Discord that wants to just show when a new version is up, they can subscribe to my personal Discord, and there'll be a broadcast update channel. That way I don't have to go and post it in a bunch of different places, for the bigger Discords, as well as just, a centralized place for, well, hopefully not bug reports. If someone reports a bug, tell them use the in-game bug reports. But that leads me to another thing I need. I need some people to just sift through the bug reports, figure out, the 10% that are actually bugs that have not been reported 300 times already. Update the bug list, maybe find out how to reproduce the bugs, because some of them are super obvious, like air door just is broken, and some of them are like super precise cases. So, if there's people who feel like they want to do that and you want to reach out to me, please join the Discord. I'm going to start making like roles, for people who want to hunt down bugs, people who want to just help new users figure out the sim, especially like networking issues. And then of course, I'm going to need some more coders, some more engineers on the sim, especially if you have a background in networking. That would be really nice, because honestly, the networking class is the one that I failed in college. It's not my forte. You can see we got that desync bug that got introduced when I tried to make the networking better, and I sort of let connections happen even if you've run into an error or two, and I need to roll that back so that you just don't connect to games anymore if you're desyncing, instead of making it to the lobby, connecting to a player, and then things start breaking. That's the big one. But maybe there's a world where if people are more familiar with large-scale server-hosted applications, whether in Unity or even another program, and you want to help out, maybe there's a world where we slowly transition all of this code to be server-based instead of peer-to-peer. That would be really cool. If you are familiar with hosting, or you have devices for hosting, I know one or two people have reached out to me on that, and I gotta be honest, I've got 200 conversations in the last week on my Discord. So if you are one of those people who have reached out, is there a way to pin a conversation on Discord? I don't think there is, but man, it's gone now. So if you want to reach out again, please, that would be great. Just to get some non-Unity hosted, like relay servers or something else, even analytics. I probably need to set up Google Firebase. Is that what it is? I'd set that up for the mobile game I made at one point. It's just been a long time. It's probably a cheaper option than going through the Unity stuff. So what else? So if you're not able to help, which I'm not expecting anybody to be able to help. First of all, huge thank you to everybody who has supported on Patreon. Holy moly. I added that link to the front page of the sim instead of the credits page, and it's blown up. So thank you so much for that. Now I'm not worried. Even if we hit the 50,000 monthly average users, which immediately starts charging me $300 a month for that on top of everything else, we should be okay with all the new Patreon supporters. So thank you so much for anyone who's supported on that. And I'm sorry to everybody who's been messaging me in this last month where I've had no internet and I've been dealing with a flood in my house and everything. I have not been exactly quick to respond to Patreon messages. So I'm hoping to improve on that, but we're working on it. We're getting there. And if you're looking for other ways to support me, obviously, maybe not obviously, but I would like to start making more content both on this channel. I'm going to be spinning up a new channel soon, hopefully. I have been planning this for a long time. I have a friend who is completely unfamiliar with One Piece. Literally, I don't know if they're spoiled at all on any of the major things. I don't think they know most of the characters' names, and I am beyond the card game. I am a huge fan of One Piece in general. I'm caught up with the manga. I'm reading the fan translations instead of waiting for officials. I've watched the anime I think twice now, and we're going for a third time. The plan is to get my friend into the One Piece anime and to start from the very beginning. So on top of not just being a reaction channel, I kind of want to make it a little more advanced, where it's almost like One Piece extended edition. Not that One Piece, is too short or anything, but as we're going through, I want to try and clip the episodes and go through the manga Q&As as we hit those chapters in the anime. Go and recap, be like, oh, this is where this thing was foreshadowed 300 episodes ago. I got the clip while we were watching. Now we can watch it again with the context. really kind of go and do like a deep dive with someone who's never watched it before. I think that's going to be really interesting. So that's a new channel I want to start at some point when I have time. Hence asking for help with just getting me off of the all 2 hours of free time a day that I always have is just on the sim. Or like trying to catch up the Shiny Colors translation patch as quickly as I can so I can get back to more sim fixes. Yeah, so because I'd like to get into more content creation, another way you can help me, subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and then when I do announce that new channel, it's probably going to be, well, I'm not going to say it just in case someone wants to channel snipe. I have a fun name, I think, for the channel. I'll announce it here, and then you can go subscribe and watch those. And if that's content you're interested in and that channel happens to do well, then maybe that's another way that I can just be passively supported by you without having to do the Patreon or anything like that. Because trust me, I know I'm the kid who couldn't play World of Warcraft because $15 a month was too much back in middle school or whatever. So I totally understand where people cannot support me in ways other than just passively giving me the thumbs up and rooting me on, and I appreciate all of that very much. Oh, one more exciting thing that I almost forgot to mention. Well, I didn't almost forget to mention. I knew I was going to mention. I'm sure you've all seen the Will to Win button in the sim now. As you're going into the lobbies. But the reason that is there is because I have played in 4 regionals. I played in 2 OPO2 regionals and 2 OPO3. I can't even see my own screen if you can see my fingers or not. 2 OPO2, 2 OPO3. There's 6 months ago on here the unboxing video of my OPO2 Kinemon top 64 win. And then my next OPO2 I actually ended up going like 1-2 drop because my wife was feeling sick. So I was like 1-1, and then I gave the next person the win because she wasn't feeling good, didn't want to watch the kid all day. And then set 3 came along, and I had worked on the sim, and I probably had it like one day to just practice something before the regional that I got into. So I just picked up the Zoro, picked up somebody's winning deck list or something, and I started playing, and I ended up going 4-5 on that Zoro, and I felt pretty lost. I was like, well, I don't have time to be as good at Zoro as everyone else playing Zoro. So I did end up, before the next regional, I messaged Will to Win. I subscribed to the Patreon for the coaching, and I was like, I got a week. I'm going to take a week off of sim development. I just want to grind this out. And let me see. Let me actually pull up here. So I had 1 week to practice for this regional, and I messaged Will to Win. I got a really nice 1-hour phone call with Tyler Green, who's a pretty good player. Got some serial Luffy's, and I was I wasn't sure what I wanted out of the coaching. I was kind of looking for a direction to go. Like, should I stick with Zoro? Should I practice something else? And Tyler was kind of going through like Zoro breakdowns just because I had mentioned playing Zoro, and I was like, I don't, if there's something I can play besides Zoro that like is a little bit more technical, and so he recommended the Kuro build that they were practicing, and I don't know if any of you remember, that's the same regional, like the very first post Whitebeard ban regional where Will went, I think top 16 with Kuro. And I managed to, I played, I think, 37 games of Kuro before the regional. That's as much as I could get in. Now, mind you, that's including the 1 hour of coaching with Tyler, as well as like Will sent me a couple hours of his Kuro games, so I could kind of learn. I started out like 1 win for every 5 losses or something with Kuro, and I was like, okay, I don't understand how this deck is supposed to win. And then Will sent me some videos of him playing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's way more aggressive than I thought it was. I thought it was just board control, and then set up someone's. No, it's go face. And so I started winning a lot. I think I posted on Twitter or something. I had like a 17 game win streak. I had like 37 games of practice in total for Kuro, and it's like loss, right in the middle, kind of 50-50, and then at the very end just win. And so I felt really good going in. and I am going to hopefully be posting those replays at some point. But what I did manage to do is I managed to get 34th place, 2 spots away from getting my top 32 prizing, which includes, the pudding card I really wanted. I think it's either Sakazuki or Kuzan I missed out on. Did get my Borsalino. It's nice that in set 3, top 64 actually gets you a prize, unlike top 64 in set 2, where you got some Zoro sleeves. But more importantly than that is because top 32, this was like 1,000-person tournament. When I signed up, it was 500. Then they added 500 more people, and I'm like, I didn't sign up for this for an extra hour of playing, but you know what, I'll do it. And managed to get 34th place out of 1,000, so it feels pretty good. And because there were 32 available national invites, I did get my what is now a national 2-round bye. But that was really exciting. So that was the goal, right? Always. That's why I was entering regionals and not treasure cups, is because I wanted that Nats invite. I wanted to go to the big event and have a reason to fly out and do something in person. This will be my first vacation since high school, so I will be at Nats. So if you recognize this beautiful face, I'll probably be wearing. It sounds like I'm officially part of the Will to Win team, so it sounds like there's going to be some sort of Hawaiian shirts or something that we're all going to be rocking. So look for us there. Look for me there. It'll be exciting to maybe finally meet some people I've been watching on YouTube. I'm subscribed to basically everyone on YouTube, so I'm excited to meet people I have heard about or watched on YouTube, and of course play some One Piece. Just take a few days and just do One Piece. It's going to be really nice. Join the Discord down below if you're interested in helping out with the sim, with the Discord, just answering questions and helping people install with bug reports. If you want to be one of the people looking at the naughty chat logs and banning people, it's probably still going to get a pass from me going through making sure no one's getting banned or not banned that should be. But it'd still be nice to have someone to help with the, going through 4,000 logs of people using slurs and knocking people out. But yeah, asking for help. Hopefully with this video getting some help, and it would be really cool to even, I know I said engineers, but artists would be really nice. I've gotten, I think, probably 10 plus people send me rough drafts of how they would make the sim prettier or more accessible, and it never hits that point where I can actually put it into the sim. So maybe, if an artist shows up and wants to help out, I'll make a channel just for art UI revisions so other people can give feedback and stuff. That would be really cool. Again, if you are familiar with networking code, I do get a lot of people saying oh, I've never really worked on a software project, but I have some classes. I don't know if I have time to train someone up who is not familiar, who doesn't have a LinkedIn with some engineering experience on it. As far as version control, I think Unity uses Plastic SCM. That's what I've used to do the iOS builds. I have to check it into Plastic SCM and then send it to make a cloud build, because I don't have a device to be building iOS builds. So that's why it's a little less tested. It's literally just take the cloud build, put it on the drive. Hopefully it works for everybody. But I think there are a limited number of seats for that type of version control. So there's just not room for people who just want to peek around and look. I think it's going to be, hopefully you've got a little bit more of a hardcore reason why you should be on the team. Obviously there's going to be a lot of onboarding time regardless. Please don't laugh at my code. Maybe the first thing people need to do is comment the code and figure out why the hell it even works. But yeah, that would be cool. And then again, community management. If even if you don't want to help with the sim or something, we've got some other roles in the Discord. I'd like to start streaming. I'd like to upload more videos. Check out Will to Win. with the coaching, check out Keck Filet. He's been helping Will to win out, and I am hopefully on a Keck Filet podcast soon. Maybe in the next day or two here, if I don't have anything planned with family. That would be really cool to get in. You know, it might be this nice closet background while the carpet is still replaced, but is what it is. That's all I can think to talk about at the moment. Obviously life's been busy. I'm probably forgetting something. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and supporting. If you got this far in the video and didn't just like skip and join the Discord, then you're amazing and I love you. And we'll see you in the next video in 6 months or maybe in a couple days. Or whenever I figure out as far as getting some of this cool, you know, content creation, social media going. I think before I start really diving into content creation for the card game, it'd be really cool to get a couple more features into the sim that will help with that, such as, you know, maybe replays or a ranked system or something. And do not quote me on that. There will never be a ranked system if you keep asking. But yeah, if we get somebody in here who's like, you know, Unreal Dev, familiar with setting up servers and the costs associated with that, or we have somebody who's got servers who can host the sim, then that would really help to kind of alleviate all those concerns with switching to a server-based gameplay. Yeah, cool. I don't have a good way to end the video besides look forward to me announcing the new anime watching channel, because I think that's going to be really fun. I have been wanting to get this friend into One Piece for years, literally years. And they only recently agreed to finally watch it with me, and so we'll probably spend the first video is not even going to be watching it. It's going to be explaining why it's hard to get into at first, why I think the creator is maybe a bad person. Oh, that's a spicy take. And you know, we might not even be watching the first episode on the first one. It might be more like kind of podcasty to start with, and then we'll start watching One Piece. And if you have just started watching from the live action, then maybe this will be an easier way to ease into the anime, where it's kind of us talking and you getting recaps of things you saw in the live action. No, you probably want to watch it on your own first before you watch a reaction channel, right? But maybe in parallel, watch an episode, see our reaction and my explanations of things. Could be pretty fun. All right, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you later.